When the offer first came in from Saudi Arabia, Ashley Plumtree's first instinct was to say no. In 2023, the defender's contract was coming to an end at childhood club Leicester City, and she was looking for a new project, something to inspire her and where she would feel valued as a person as well as a footballer. And after negotiations and a visit to the Middle East, the Nigeria international decided to take the plunge and become the first player to move from the Women's Super League, WSL, to the Saudi Women's Premier League, SWPL. 2 years later, she has signed a contract extension at Jeddah-based Al-Ettifaq and wants to challenge preconceived notions from the Western world about Saudi Arabia and what life is like for a female athlete. But she admits regrets at losing the trust of some LGBT fans in women's football and acknowledges that Saudi women's football has a long way to go on and off the pitch. My initial reaction to Saudi offer was no. Now 27. Plumtree is a cerebral young woman as well as a talented footballer. She has taken several unusual moves in her career, most notably switching international allegiance from England, where she was born and who she represented at youth level, to Nigeria, the nation of her paternal grandfather. So when her father, Tim, who is also her agent, told her of an approach by Al-Ettifaq, she decided to give them a chance despite initial misgivings. I spoke to some teams in the UK, US, and Europe. Then Dad said there was a team in Saudi Arabia who are interested in you, she told BBC Sport. I was shocked. My initial reaction was no, but I wanted to give them a chance. Plumtree was one of the first international stars to move to the SWPL, which was launched in 2022 as a fully professional competition. There are 24 teams in the league pyramid, divided into 3 leagues of 8, and clubs are allowed to sign up to 6 foreign players. The men's competition, the Saudi Pro League, has gained a reputation for splashing the cash to bring in major global names like Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, and Karim Benzema. Plumtree's representatives declined to comment on her salary and contract at Al-Ettifaq, and the player herself said the project was the main draw, rather than money. According to the New York Times in 2023, the league is funded by the state's Public Investment Fund, PIF, and carries higher prize money than the WSL, while overseas players' salaries range from $60,000, $120,000, $44,000, $89,000 per year tax-free. In a 2022 survey, the BBC found the average WSL salary was $47,000, although some top players can earn far in excess of this figure. I had an hour-long call with the coach and 2 people in the management staff, and I said to Dad, "I have a really good feeling about this," said Plumtree. We barely even spoke about football, but about ourselves and what we were passionate about. I'm someone who goes off feeling and intuition, but I wanted to go out and visit. I wanted to see what it was really like. I visited for 2 days and really liked it, and when I left there I thought, this is where I want to be. Plumtree's move was controversial for some. Not only was she an international player in her prime moving to a league largely unknown to European audiences, but it also caused upset for some in a sport where LGBT people have typically been much more welcome than in the male equivalent. Yet same-sex relations are illegal in Saudi Arabia. The nation's presence in women's football remains a controversial topic. Last year, more than 100 professional female footballers signed a letter calling on FIFA to end its sponsorship deal with Saudi Arabian oil company Aramco, accusing the national authorities of brutal human rights violations. Plumtree said she and her teammates at Leicester were close with the club's LGBT supporters group, and that she received negative comments following her decision to join Al-Ettifaq. Asked about this reaction, it is clear she still feels their impact. Especially when I moved out here, the reaction was not good at all, she said. That was difficult. When I made this move, there were people around Leicester. I remember some comments I received. It was like I was not the person they thought I was. I had deeply hurt them because they feel like I am representing something, which makes them not feel valued, and I understand that. I don't really know what to say. It does not mean I condone certain things, even if the move means I am associated with certain things.